Lash Queen Ashley is back with us, as well as esthetician. So we're going to be talking skincare, but you might notice we're missing a little something tonight that we usually have on Beauty and Bubbles, which is a cocktail.
It doesn't seem right.
It doesn't seem right now. So we are going to be doing something fun. Every week we're going to bring you a signature cocktail from our GB babe, Ida. So we have a little signature cocktail. We'll let you kind of take it over and tell us what we have.
Hey guys, I'm Ida. So I'm gonna do a spin on a classic Prohibition cocktail called the Bee's Knees, but we're gonna call it the Bee's C's tonight because we're talking skincare, and any skincare regimen needs a vitamin C product to go along for the overall health of your skin. So we have a fun cocktail to try tonight. Bee's Knees means the best. It was kind of a catchy phrase, so I thought that that was a great one to start off with. So this cocktail is a gin-based cocktail with a honey syrup and fresh lemon. So let's just give it a shake. And then we'll pour some out. And then because it's summertime, I'm gonna top it off with just a little bit of soda.
It's delicious.
It is so good.
It's delightful.
And drop a little lemon garnish on the top. It'll be
Very
for
fresh
Bee's
and
Knees.
summery, if I do
And
say
that's it.
so.
It's a really
It is.
simple cocktail that you can just make with stuff that you usually have on your bar cart already. And it's a great way to introduce some vitamin C into internally, and then top it off with a nice vitamin C product like the ones from Intelligent Elixirs.
Can you please show the cute little bee that you put
So
in there?
cute.
It's incredible.
It's adorable. It looks just like a bee.
I already
know.
dropped it in, but
Just give it a
Oh.
peek. It's so cute.
Here,
I'll
wish
dig
I
it
could
out.
all reach
I don't want to
in.
reach in there.
It's your own
Literally,
fingers.
Look at that.
sorry. Literally, she got this to be a little bee. I mean, come on.
It's
Are
so
you
cute.
serious? So
Too cute.
I am not that talented in the cocktail making, but it is so delicious and refreshing. So we're gonna have the recipe on our Instagram as well as our Facebook. So if you want to join us in a little Bee's C's. Well, cheers, and thank
Yeah,
you for
cheers.
joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, so
Very
tell
flattered.
everyone a little bit about you and your amazing skincare line.
So my name is Kat Tapman, and I am the co-founder of a product line called Intelligent Elixirs. And Intelligent Elixirs, we really wanted to create a product line that was clinically driven, however, that was, void of the really just kind of toxic ingredients that you find in so many skincare products even still. It was counterintuitive to us to be making products that were supposed to be improving the health of the skin, but they were using glycols and PEGs and genetically modified ingredients. So, we were really put to task to create products that still performed on a clinical level, but also created change in the skin.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in the skincare industry?
I mean, I've been in the skincare industry for probably,
That's like asking a woman her age. I feel like
Kinda.
it's such
Yeah.
a terrible question.
You're gonna age her regardless.
Yeah.
close to 20 years. But it is something I love, and I believe in skincare, and I believe in taking care of yourself, and I think a lot of people do, and I think doing it with non-toxic products is a really, really important thing, because a lot of the ingredients that people use, they are toxic.
Mm-hmm.
They're easy to formulate with, so I really do understand why people use them, because life is easier. But we have found a great balance of how to create great products, but without those ingredients.
It's amazing.
How did you get started into skincare?
I was moving to San Francisco on a whim, and you just, this was my first job out of college, right? So you're looking at anything and everything that might possibly interest you. And so there's, so once again, I'm going to figure out, long time I've been doing this. There is a dress designer named Jessica McClintock. Many may have prom dresses by her.
Yes.
And she had a fragrance division. And so I started in the fragrance division. And that is kind of what started me into the world of beauty. From there, I transitioned to a very high-end spa skincare line in San Francisco, and then ultimately found my way back to Denver and have been, again, making and creating skincare products ever since.
What was kind of your inspiration for starting IE?
Again, I think it was wanting to make products that were clinical and, still that could be used by a skincare professional. But again, getting a lot of those undesirable ingredients out of them. And there are a lot of, good lines out there that are very clean. But I find that they're not quite as clinical as ours are. So we have a lot of clinically driven ingredients. So we really wanted to marry, the clean and the non-toxic with the clinical.
It's amazing. So a lot of vitamin C.
It's my favorite product. It's my favorite skincare ingredient, and the reason is because it's really, if in the form of L-ascorbic acid, there's lots of forms of vitamin C in the market, and they're all good. Because again, vitamin C, bow down,
right.
We all need it.
It does everything.
It does everything. But L-ascorbic acid is the form that it has a low enough pH, and the molecular weight is low enough that can actually penetrate your skin and promote collagen synthesis. And why do we want to do that? Because as we get older, by the time you hit about 25, 30, your cellular turnover slows down. And so that means your collagen production is slowing down, right? And collagen is what's supporting our skin. And what happens when that support breaks down, you start to see the fine lines, the wrinkles. Your skin just doesn't look as vital as it once did. Likewise with the level of hydration in your skin, because collagen is primarily water. So there's a big relationship between hydration and collagen. And so, applying vitamin C topically will deliver about 20 times more to your skin than ingesting it. And again, it's making sure it's that form of L-ascorbic acid, because that's the only kind that can promote collagen synthesis. It also helps brighten your skin, because hyperpigmentation is also an issue that you start to notice as you get older, and it's a stubborn one. So,
especially here in Colorado.
Yes, indeed.
We're a little closer to the sun.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think
And it's
hyperpigmentation, dryness, and like feeling like your skin's not bright, and so vitamin C is that like end all be all. We just had a client the other day that was like, what should I add in? I'm feeling like my skin's starting to show signs of aging. I want to like combat it.
I really do think it's the closest thing you can get to a silver bullet. It's just the foundation of healthy skin. Now it doesn't happen overnight. It takes about 30 to 45 days, and because again, this is about the life cycle of our skin cell, right? So for those of you with commitment issues, if you can't commit to using the product every day, this is not your product.
Right.
It really does work wonders. And the way, I have a kind of a little tip on how I like to tell people to apply it, because ours is a water-based form of vitamin C, and that is, again, because it's L-ascorbic acid, is I recommend applying a few drops to the back of your hand, and then from there, swiping and applying to half of your face, and then of course down your neck and décolleté also, because those age ladies, and then same thing with the other side of your hand, and gentlemen, by the way, the other side of your hand, other side of your face, and rub it into the backs of your hands, because our hands also
I was going to say,
show
I love
the
that
age.
advice.
So great.
And
Because-
if people don't believe you sometimes, like if the vitamin C is going to do anything, just be like, why don't you just apply it to one of your hands, and they will start to see the difference. And I'm like kind of moving up my wrist at this point, because I'm noticing some little spots.
Just get them tattooed, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Right, there you go.
You never have to worry about your hands aging.
Yeah.
Fine.
But I love that piece of advice. I think that would be
a great
great.
idea.
Do you do that with kind of all of your serums?
I
Or
do it with,
moisturizer?
I really just do it with the vitamin C, and then I
It's the
do
most.
tend, if I have extra moisturize, I do it,
Yeah.
and that kind of thing.
And
But
always pull down.
always, because right, like the things that are always showing on us are our hands, face, neck, décolleté. Sometimes you see, typically women, who are one person here,
Yeah.
and then a few other people
For
from
sure.
the neck down,
Yeah.
because sometimes we forget about that. And as long as I've been in skincare, I only started doing my neck and décolleté probably 6 years ago. Because unfortunately, sometimes we don't want to do things until you see the issue. But if you start using a vitamin C in your 20s, like mid-20s to early 30s, you don't have a ton of damage, but you're going to maintain your skin better.
I was going to say, do you have a certain age that you typically recommend adding that vitamin C into your skincare routine?
I mean, I would ideally 25. Like, I wished I had known about it then.
Any younger than that? Is there
No, because you're
contraindications or
I mean, it's still going to protect your skin.
But no, like, contraindications.
No,
of,
not at all.
Popping it on if you're 16 or 18 and want to.
I just think you wouldn't use it as often, maybe, because you're going to be using it more for protection, because vitamin C at the end of the day is one of the strongest antioxidants, and that's really important, right? Because you've got free radicals out there that are attacking your skin, and so using a powerful antioxidant topically is also going to, again, protect your skin.
Tell us about some of the other products in your
So,
line.
I always say to people, okay, so if I only get to have one skincare product for my whole life, it's vitamin C, without a doubt. But if I'm really lucky and I get to have two, then it's the vitamin B5 hydrating serum. And it's just because these
I almost
go.
knocked the link over.
Well, that would be bad.
It's great.
The night is young. There is still time for
It
that.
can still happen. It can
Yes,
still
yes.
happen. Give me another BCs and I'll definitely take it out.
So if I get to have two products, it's the vitamin C and the vitamin B5 hydrating serum. As I mentioned, collagen is made up of so much, water, that hydration is a key part of that. So a hydrating serum like this one that is mainly hyaluronic acid, which is a naturally occurring substance in our skin, it is what is responsible for helping the skin maintain its moisture. But again, and we already broke the bad news, by the time you're 25, 30, the amount of hyaluronic acid in your skin is about 50% less.
So depressing.
So again, here we go to all these things that are supporting our skin. Little children have that beautiful, full, vibrant skin, and it's because they've got loads of collagen and loads of hyaluronic acid. So applying this after your vitamin C is going to be great to help your skin hang on to its own internal moisture. It's like a drink of water for your skin, basically. So again, this is internal, and this is also water-based, so it absorbs really easily into your skin, so it's going to layer really well with the vitamin C. It doesn't take long at all to add these to your regimen in the morning. And again, this is another one. You need to be consistent with it. And after you've used it for a bit, it's great because you will notice your skin is going to absorb less. Or, and it also helps your skin hang on to, moisture within the environment. I was in Dallas a few weeks ago, decidedly more humid than Denver.
True.
And I, squeezed out my normal serving of hyaluronic acid that I would apply here, and it was entirely too much. Because again, my skin already was hanging on to a lot of the natural moisture that the lovely Dallas humidity was providing it.
For sure. Well, and I love how lightweight all of the products are.
Yes.
So,
I mean,
and a little goes so long, like so far.
very concentrated. We want things to be a good value, Mary is my fellow co-founder. Prior to doing IE, we worked together on other professional lines, as well as cosmetics. So we know it's really important for products to be able to layer and play nicely with cosmetics as well. I think this is also a great product, the hyaluronic acid. If you have someone who has a lot of surface oil, or if they tend to be acneic, that is a person who is going to want to try and dry out the surface of their skin, which sets their moisture balance out of whack. So this is great for them. It's going to keep them hydrated.
And I think hyaluronic acid is always so great, like for acneic skin or men that maybe don't like to feel like they have a heavy moisturizer on, but you're still getting those hydrating properties and super lightweight.
Especially with acne, people think it's too oily. I can't moisturize. So
And their skin maybe doesn't need any surface moisture, right? But their skin needs to be hydrated, and if your skin is dehydrated, your skin then tries to create more oil to keep it hydrated. So it's a vicious little circle.
It is a vicious cycle. Vicious.
Have a little sip of this.
You're getting cocktailed.
Thank you.
So the line kind of consists of, there's some moisturizers as well.
I mean, we have 13 products total. The line will definitely continue to grow, but for the initial launch, we wanted to create a core collection that could address the majority of skincare needs. We are certainly a little more focused on aging skin, but even with aging skin, you tend to have women who are hormonal with acne breakouts. So, you know, again, we tried to create a core line that would address, first and foremost, creating healthy skin and anti-aging. But there are certainly other things that we encounter daily
Yeah, absolutely.
that needs attention. So we have the vitamin C, the vitamin B. We have 2 different cleansers that it can address most skin types between the 2 of them, a few moisturizers, a wonderful eye product, a brightening serum, a facial oil called Squalane, which I'm over the moon about. It's kind of...
I need to try
I need
this.
that so bad.
Tell us a little
yeah.
about our.
Tell us
I'm
the
like,
magic.
she was telling us about it beforehand, and I was like, I need this. Why didn't we like buy into this?
It's kind of like my new unicorn product. It's like, it's just super versatile. So I feel like, again, unless you're the person with a ton of surface oil, anyone can use it. Our skin contains squalane naturally. So that means it's biocompatible, right? Your skin knows exactly what to do with it. And even though it's an oil, I think it's because it's biocompatible, it absorbs so well. If you're an ingredient reader on boxes of, you know, products, you will notice many moisturizers use squalane as kind of like their carrier. And again, it's because it has such, you know, enhanced absorption. But on its own, it's amazing.
What are its major benefits?
It, well, it's going to help reduce transepidermal water loss, right?
Okay.
So keeping our skin hydrated, increasing that skin barrier. It promotes cellular turnover.
Okay.
And it's non-comedogenic. So I think oftentimes people are like, oh, I don't want to put an oil on my, you know, I'm afraid I'm going to break out, but it's non-comedogenic. It's not going to do that. I tend to get breakouts on my chin, and that is the first thing I go for at night is my Squalane.
And is that more of an evening product versus, or
I mean,
can you do day
I feel
and
like
evening?
it feels, yeah, it depends on you, right? Like for myself, I tend to use it in the evening because it does take a little bit more than a moisturizer to absorb. But you can use it on its own. You can use it with your moisturizer. You could put a few drops in it and enhance it that way. Or I like, especially in the winter here in Colorado, because the cold outside and then the heat inside sucks the life out of your skin.
Yeah.
I'll do my moisturizer and then I will pat the Squalane over the top. It's amazing for your lips and your cuticles as well.
So the difference between this and the hyaluronic, like how would you decide?
So the hyaluronic, yeah, that's a great question. Like, because a moisturizer versus a hydrator, right? So again, the hyaluronic acid is going to be this internal drink of water for your skin. It's going to help your skin hang onto its internal moisture.
Applied first and then moisturizer.
Yes,
This
exactly,
is vice versa.
exactly. Whereas the Squalane is going to help with your surface moisture. Now it is going to help prevent transepidermal water loss because it's on the top of your skin, but it's not going to help it, you know, to the same level as the hyaluronic acid will. So, yeah, I'm just crazy for this, and
We need
ours
to order that.
Yeah, I
is,
want it right
is
now.
also. You want to test?
Yes,
Feel a little.
So maybe if you're a little more on the oily side, you would choose the Squalane,
I
or not
think
necessarily.
so. I do.
Because
I
I
mean,
feel like me personally, I want to put my moisturizer on and then this over the top.
Totally.
That just sounds better to me because I am a little more
I got you.
oily.
That's great.
I am a little more oily, so that sounds really
but
nice.
it doesn't make
Like,
you
yeah.
oil. I mean, because
Right.
I am combo.
I feel like that combination, moisturizer
great.
first, Squalane over the top would
yeah,
be
like it is gone.
amazing
Yeah.
for me.
Like
yeah.
it is like right into your skin, but you're still really,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
still
Oh,
topically
perfect.
really soft.
So nice.
We're gonna need to
I'll-
order that.
I'm gonna need a vat of that and put it all over my
I
body.
really want a big one.
Yeah, what's the biggest size?
Now, the one question you might get about this product is where does it come from? When Squalane ends in L-A-N-E, that means it's plant derived. So if you have a plant derived form of Squalane, it comes from either sugar cane, sugar beets, or olives. Ours is derived from non-GMO sugar cane.
if it were to end Lene, it comes from shark liver. And so once upon a time, that's, you know, where everyone was getting it.
Yeah,
and
got
then,
it. So maybe it has a little bad rap.
well, people who know that, but I mean, I think some people are just like, because you can't really get that kind anymore.
Yeah.
And so they're very happy. But yes, plant derived. So
Great.
Yes.
that's an important
That is very
delineation.
important to know.
Because all it's going to take is one person to say, is that shark liver?
Yeah.
And then it's,
And it's
Yeah.
just like, nope,
Yeah.
plant derived, non-GMO plant sugar.
I love to know that.
yes.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like, what do you know, work with people all the time. Like, what are their, how do they feel about facial oils? Like,
I mean,
I feel like people are yay or nay a lot of
I
times,
feel
but
like here it's yay. We're all so dry.
yeah,
I do
And
feel like
so-
Colorado's a little bit more open to oil.
I agree.
you're just like, whatever will
Just put
fix
it on,
this.
especially like around the mouth where we're all like puckery and
Yeah.
thirsty.
Thank you.
Well, right, because that skin is like, different.
I feel like it's
so.
yay for here.
Yeah.
All right.
And you always feel like you can't have enough hydration.
Exactly.
You always feel a little
don't-
dry, a little,
Yeah, I don't think I've met anybody that says they feel so hydrated.
yeah.
No.
Not in Colorado.
I'm like, yeah, I mean in Colorado. It doesn't.
So some of our favorite products here at Glamour Bar are the tinted SPFs that come in 3 different colors.
I'm a fan too.
In love. This is one of my favorite products. Tinted SPFs I've ever used. I can't live without it.
No, and it's an SPF 30.
Correct. Broad spectrum.
And it does come in 3 different colors, but I feel like they're very like adaptable to the skin tone, and so
They are.
even
when
if
I
you feel
don't-
like it's too light or too dark, I
Yeah.
feel like you can kind of blend
Yeah.
it.
Even
and
when I
make
don't
it-
have a spray tan, I can still use the tan because, like you said, I feel like it's adaptable.
And the tan is amazing.
Oh, I
so, and
love
this is
it.
something, I mean, I'd love to say that, yes, we designed it to do just this thing, but it was just one of those happy accidents. I don't know how many different shades of, you know, dark skinned people you've been able to get the tan on, but it can really match a wide range. I have had it on someone who, you know, say like, is like, you know, been on vacation and is really, really tan, to a very deep, dark African American skin tone. And, you know, African American women, it is very hard for them to find something to match their skin tone because there is such a wide range, and things tend to go ashy,
Yeah.
particularly SPF. But this one, it takes a minute to warm up,
Yes.
but it's like a chameleon thing. It is very, very
Love it.
interesting.
I'll take
'Cause-
that minute.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but whenever, you know, I see anyone with dark skin, I'm like, hi, can I try this
Yeah.
on you?
Yes,
And
please
they're
let me put this on you,
Yeah.
and they're probably like, no, thanks.
no, and like, and
It's so
especially
light.
someone who's really dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, you know, they're looking at me, they're like, see? And I'm like, no, give it a
Oh,
minute.
that's amazing.
It does need like a few seconds, I feel like, to kind of set, and then it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's great.
And I feel like even if I get it a little too close to my eyes, like, you know, certain SPFs.
It does not sting.
Which
Yeah,
I'm
because
infamous for.
yeah, certain SPFs do leave skin feeling a
Or
little
just your
tingly, or you
eyes.
get it close up into your eye area, and it kind of makes your eyes water or tingle.
Yeah, I'll put this
Gotcha.
on in the morning before I head to go work out and then sweat like crazy,
Yep.
and I don't have any issues. The other thing is, I just want to mention, is we don't have oxybenzone in it. Oxybenzone is one of those chemical sunscreens that, for women, it's definitely getting into your bloodstream, but it's also there. You know, we think there's hormonal issues with that, so we were, you know, very conscious to leave that out of it. And then we also don't use any nanoparticles.
I love it.
Um,
Everything's just so natural.
Love it.
And I-
Natural ingredients were very important to you guys, right?
Yes. And you kind of nailed it. You like said earlier before we got on camera, you're like, it's kind of like a BB cream, and
Yeah.
it really is.
But better.
But
It is better.
'Cause you
It
get
has
your-
such great coverage.
I am for this product
Yeah.
so much.
And the price
don't like a
point
lot
is
of things.
amazing.
It
The
is.
price point is $24. It's incredible. You can't find a tinted moisturizer, a BB cream, anything out there
Yeah,
for
tinted SPF.
$24 that is as great and clean as this product.
well, that was another goal with the line, is to make it, you know, more affordable than most
Yeah.
of the products you find in the marketplace. You know, we've made products for a long time, and it's more expensive does not mean better, even though I get sucked into that. I can't deny it. And so, you know, we want to shift the mind set a little bit. And I do think we're starting to see a lot of skincare professionals to do what you're doing here. And what you're doing is you're offering professional services but at a price point where someone can make it part of their maintenance. It's not a huge treat to take yourself for a facial.
Right.
Or to get your nails done. It's something people can afford to do is kind of, upkeep, if you will, on the regular basis. And what should go with that are affordable skincare products as well, because they go
Absolutely.
hand in hand.
And self-care is like so important, and I think skincare is one of those things, because we all know if we look good, we feel good. And so it just like, if you know you're putting great products on your skin, it just starts your day out,
Yeah.
I think, so much better.
And this is such a good size. So Jessica, backstage. I'm trying real hard. It's such a good size, and I feel like mine has lasted me. I've had it for at least a month.
They go
and I
a
put
long
it on
ways.
every day.
I know.
A
And
little
just
bit
a
goes
minute.
so far. I can't tell you how many times I've like, maybe like pumped out like, I don't know, let's just say like a
Pea size, whatever,
dime
yeah.
size, and I'm like,
I know.
I'm
I
like
use
putting
too
two
much.
coats
I know.
on. I'm like,
I know.
shoot, this is just way too
But
much.
it still absorbs right in.
Uh-huh.
It still absorbs
Take
right
the rest and
in.
put it on the back of your hand.
So literally, tiny bits of the product
Mm-hmm.
go so far.
And this is just the texture is so like cream. I love it.
My sister was in town. She stole one from me. She was like, I
Sisters-
really like that
sisters
foundation
will do
you
that.
have. And I was like, it's not foundation.
Charge you for that.
I was like, you can take it. It's fine. I have
Yeah.
another color.
Yeah.
Well,
Do
one.
you- I
go
have
ahead.
one question. I just thought of
Yeah.
one other thing. If you have clients with rosacea, this is like their dream product, right? Because it's so sheer and it's not occlusive, because you don't want to feel anything occlusive on your skin when you have rosacea, but it neutralizes the redness so nicely.
It does. It
And
gives you
so-
such great coverage.
Yeah.
And it's not like super makeup-y, so you don't feel like you have something heavy on
No,
the
because
skin.
like I said, we do have, because of the purity of the formulations, we have a lot of, people that I would say are kind of more sandals and candles, right? And
Yeah.
these are women who are like, I don't want to wear an
Sandals
makeup.
And candles, I like that.
I love
It's
that.
hilarious.
That's the best.
And so I'm just like, no, you're gonna love this then. And sure enough. So anyhow,
So we have to talk about our other favorite products.
It's
Not that there
life.
aren't other favorites, because I
okay-
actually
it's
really
okay to have
love the
favorites.
citrus scrub as well.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like these two are such a great combination. So this is the Rose Cream Cleanser, and I think it's $18. Is
Yep.
that right? And so little goes so far. Again, so it is so amazing.
one pump, more than enough.
Yeah.
Way more than enough. Removes makeup. It's one of those creaming cleansers. We were just talking about this again before we went on, is that it doesn't leave you feeling like you have like a really sticky residue left behind.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the idea was,
I just went.
Great, guys.
I was
This
just
is
lost.
great.
I was just lost about how amazing it is. I
I know.
actually got this for my grandmother for her 91st birthday tomorrow.
well, I hope Ginge isn't watching.
She's not. No. She's a smartphone. Can you do it on flip phones?
No, I don't.
okay.
I don't think we
But
have video
it
capability.
is my favorite first cleanse if I'm wearing a lot of makeup. Sometimes my only cleanse if I don't have a lot of makeup on.
Yeah.
But my first cleanse, it just breaks down all of my cosmetic.
Yeah, no, that you're 100% right. So what do you like to follow up with? Something more clarifying then?
Uh-huh, exactly.
Yeah.
The citrus scrub, maybe, or
I do like the scrub. The scrub's so great because it's not like super scrubby. You don't feel like you've ripped your skin off.
No, and that's
It's like a
and most
nice-
people want to scrub so hard, you just
Uh-huh.
don't need to. So
I know.
Yeah.
So sometimes I do like to follow it up with a scrub.
yeah,
Or I like flip flop. Either way.
or I mix them sometimes.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Just a little,
Yeah.
That is such a great idea.
I like that.
That's a game
That's a
changer.
game changer. I'm gonna try that.
The other thing with the citrus scrub is like, well, one, good for everyone's skin type, and boy, that one's immediate gratification. A lot of our, some of our products, they take a minute before you're going to see that improvement, but not with the scrub. But so that physical granular in there is called hydrated silica, and we chose it first and foremost because it's very gentle for the skin. Because to your point, sometimes like you rubbed yourself raw, like with sandpaper. But it's also good for the environment, or it's safe for the environment once you wash it off, because it is actually a mineral derived from sandstone. Many scrubs will use a synthetic or a polypropylene bead, which is real great for our skin, but once you rinse it off, it ends up in the riverbeds and it's plastic. There's nowhere for that to go. So that was something that was important to us, to pick something, you know, that was good for the environment too.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
I love all the like natural ingredients,
Good for the
non-toxic.
environment, not
Right.
sharks.
Well,
It's very sandals and candles.
clinical though, clinical.
Yeah.
And clinical. I mean, you do see results. They're all great feeling products. They're really easy to use. I think it is great that it's like a line that has something for every like person,
Yeah.
Yes.
every skin type. That's the word I was looking for.
Yes.
Every person. It's like person.
Which means every skin type.
Which means every skin type. So tell us a little bit about what the future holds for IE, because we know it's a little bit, it's one of our new favorite products that are out there.
I mean, we have been in business just, it was a year in May is when we kind of officially launched, if you will. I mean, took you know, almost 2.5 years to just develop the line, and there's a lot that goes into that. We are considering more of a night serum, something that would be along the lines of a retinol or something that behaves similarly to a retinol, because I think that's another real important. It's kind of like your vitamin C in the daytime, but then you want a little bit of that little action at night too, right?
For sure.
So we've got one of those formulas approved. It'll just be, you know, there's a lot that goes into getting it through stability and compatibility and getting it to market. So hopefully that'll be happening by the end of this year, early next year.
Awesome.
We look to, actually, I'd love your input on this. So sometimes people ask me like, oh, well, you don't have a toner. And I don't have anything against toners personally. I have one. I don't use it daily. It's just when I don't know, I have extra time and I just want to do a little extra. And, you know, once upon a time, toners were because cleansers were so alkaline. And so you needed a toner to bring your skin's pH balance back, but cleansers aren't really like that anymore. So I think a toner is kind of this extra, and they can be almost, I don't know, sort of like, you know, like if you want like more of a clarifying toner or hydrating toner. So we were kind of playing around with the idea of one that was maybe a hydrating toner mist, something that you could use in the morning and putting it in like a little spray to use as a toner, but then you could take it in your purse with you. And we were thinking of having it being just like something you could kind of freshen up with too for the day, like a little burst of hydration, and maybe putting some anti-rose, be pretty in there.
I do love rose.
Yeah, and maybe more of like some like clinical ingredients that were more anti-pollution and that kind of thing. So I don't know where you guys are at on toners, but that's something we get asked about a lot. It just in my experience, toners.
Are you I feel like you're a toner user or you're not.
Yeah.
I'm a not.
I'm an M.
So now you have yes and no.
I feel like I wear so much makeup, so when even after all my cleanses, I still can see discoloration on my little cotton round. So maybe it's just psychological, but I feel like it's just that last step.
Probably
that
spray
I
tan.
Perhaps.
Just a slight suggestion.
No, but even when I don't have a spray tan, currently.
I always just feel like if your cleansers are pH balanced, your skin's pH balanced, you don't really need a toner.
Yeah. For
It's
me,
just,
it's just
yeah,
another
just some,
step
like,
I like.
I do it on the days where I'm like,
A little
do this.
tightening. I like
Yeah.
that effect. It feels like a little exfoliation for me, depending on the type of toner. But I am an M for toner. You're
I
an
think
L.
I'm a big serum person, and I like to do the like cocktailing of serum. So to add the toner in is like
yeah.
an extra step. I don't know that I haven't incorporated into my life, but I think a spray would be amazing, especially on the go. I think it's always nice to have just like a quick spritz and feel like.
Or like when you're flying, I feel like, because your skin
huge.
is always so.
Do you remember like the Evian water when that was like the
Oh,
big
yes.
thing? I was obsessed with it. It was everywhere
I
and
think,
everything.
I think it's still a thing.
It's just putting water on her
I know.
face.
I'm sure
Right?
it is still a thing, but there was something about it
I
when
could
it
just-
launched. I was like,
I could just throw water on your face
You
for you
could.
next time. Call it a day.
it was like so refreshing. You felt alive
That was
afterwards,
like the
and
first
it's just
kind
water.
of bottled water too. That
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
taste that good, by the way.
No,
Uh-uh.
it didn't.
Like
I don't know what was in
chlorine
it.
or something.
It was
Yeah.
definitely.
Swimming pool.
I was obsessed with it.
I could see you being obsessed with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went everywhere. I had minis, I had a big can, I
You
had
did.
it
And
everywhere.
it was an
totally see you.
aerosol,
It
right?
was just an aerosol, and
Yeah.
I mean, this was like 1,000 years ago, but I was
I do recall
obsessed
that.
with it. Well,
That's hilarious.
Well,
yeah. So yes, I would definitely be obsessed with
So
it.
you
On-to-go
see,
toner.
yeah, yeah. But you kind of see are like, I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm not anti-toner. I just,
Mhm.
at least getting the line started, and especially for people carrying line, we definitely want to make sure we have a core collection where people are going to
Feel like they have
and,
it.
and getting
Yeah,
things that
that's to
people
come.
want. And so yeah, like then we'll tag on. I mean, we would love to do, you know, a mask, of course. I think that what is up right now with everyone posting
The sheet masks.
cases.
Sheet masks are so
They were
hot
everywhere
right
in
now.
Vegas.
Everywhere
Yeah.
at Cosmopolitan.
Like
North
2
America.
years ago, we
Everywhere.
were dealing with this vendor, and she was, you know, asking if we want to do that, and we're like, you know, not right this second, but
Yeah, they have it for every area. The butt, the under eyes, the lips.
oh yeah,
From the head to the butt.
Butt.
oh my god,
Nothing past the butt right now that I've seen.
It's just trending.
I think
Yeah.
everybody likes to have like a little
It's
at-home
easy.
something,
It's
and they're
not-
kind of
It's not messy. It's just
Yeah.
easy.
yeah.
And you
Throw
can
it
put
on.
it in the fridge, and that feels
ooh,
extra.
that sounds
That
that
feels
sounds
nice.
nice.
So.
I do have. I shouldn't tell you all this.
Tell us all your secrets.
So, I always like to be about 2 deep in my products at home, and so in my bathroom at home, I have this little tiny mini fridge where I keep my products.
That's amazing. I have a Hello Kitty fridge. I should totally do that.
That would be incredible.
Amazing.
I mean, products don't need, or at least ours don't
Just
need to
feels
be refrigerated,
good.
but
It
I
just
just
feels
like
nice
it
whenever,
does.
like,
It's just like
Especially after a long day or it's early morning, to put something cooling on just feels
Yeah.
It
good.
does.
yeah. So,
I like your tricks, Kat.
so what are some of your tricks? Share.
I don't know. What are my tricks? I feel like your tricks were so good that I'm like,
Yeah, I don't have any.
I'm trying to think of something to compete with that.
Will you
don't have
double
anything.
cleanse? I hear a lot of people double cleansing these
I
days.
double cleanse.
I'm definitely a double cleanser.
I do like to double cleanse. I like hyaluronics and vitamin C, and I had an esthetician that got me onto all of that at 25 and pulling down in the neck and the
Yes.
whole thing. She was like, one day you're going to thank me for all of this. I was like, yes,
Yeah.
I think I'm thanking you already.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Botox?
I
Does
was
that
just gonna
count?
say Botox and filler.
Yeah.
Not that I do them, but I hear some people do.
Yeah.
It works.
Guilty.
I don't think that's a. I mean, Restylane is hyaluronic acid.
It's already
true.
in our body. It's
So,
totally fine.
yeah.
It's totally safe.
I mean,
The
it,
Botox where we have some.
I know tonight
again,
I'm going to
just
think
put
at
fill
like,
it. You know, my co-partner or co-founder Mary says filling the tank back up, right?
Yep.
Like those are the lot of ingredients we try and use in our products are things that we have already,
yeah,
and just filling it back up.
absolutely.
Yeah, aging is rough.
It's not for the faint of heart, that's for
No.
sure. So luckily we have
We have-
Kat here with
yeah.
like some serums and some potions and all of that good stuff
Yes.
to keep us looking young and youthful. We need you.
Yeah.
Keep those products coming.
We will. We will.
So tell us, Glamour Bar obviously carries IE.
Yes.
Are there other kind of?
I
are
mean,
you
we are
on-
all across the United States. We're, you know, in a few other little boutiques. We just opened in this darling, oh God, it's called the Makeup Bar, and it's in Oklahoma City, and it
Cute.
is any beauty junkies just like total fantasy land.
I love it.
She has tons of different cosmetics, tons of different skincare. We're finding a lot of even like stores, if they have a tendency to be a little more like green or holistic, you know, they are very drawn to. We just want to be anywhere that we need to have a knowledgeable staff because they are clinical.
Yeah.
But also, you know, again, just an affinity for a cleaner product. And that is where I do think, and you would know this better than I, but I just think the pendulum is swinging where people realize what, you know, I think organic eating organic and what, eating things that are non-GMO, people understand now that is important. And I think people are now getting into the sense that that's important for your skin too, because your skin is an
Absolutely.
organ, right? I mean, it's your biggest organ actually. So it has a big job, so we should take care of it.
Absolutely.
And keep
It's
it
so
looking
true.
pretty too.
It's true.
I mean,
If vanity of nothing else.
I am vain. There's just like the clean,
Yes,
hard
but
hold
clean
reaction.
beauty is so
Yeah.
great too, because you do feel good about your products, or if your kids are around and they're grabbing your
Oh, yeah.
products or in the shower and using your
Yep.
cleanser, you know that it's safe for everyone.
Exactly. I mean, I have some friends who their kids are getting so, because they want to go outside and play in the winter, and their skin and their faces were just getting so chapped. And she's like, "What can I put on them?" I'm like, "Put the squalane on them."
Yeah.
She's like, "It's okay," and I'm like, "Yeah, like nothing's gonna,
It's so
and
fantastic.
heals them right up, right?"
Yeah. This product line is so amazing. We're gonna be.
Well, you ladies are. I mean, thank you so much. For letting me get to just like run
my
on
gosh,
about
of
skin, 'cause
course.
that's like my favorite thing to
I
do.
know. Thank you for coming on
My
and
pleasure.
telling us all about your product line, educating us about clean beauty and all
Yeah.
of the products. It's so amazing.
All right.
And come and check out the tinted SPF. If
Life
nothing else,
changing,
it's
not
like
kidding.
a game changer for sure.
Yeah. Step out of your morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again for
Thank
coming
you all.
on, and we're excited to see all of the new products
All
that
right.
are coming out.
And I'll keep picking your brains about. Oh, let
We
me
would love
switch
to.
this one.
Perfect.
Yeah, of what you think would be good.
Yeah, we'd
Cheers.
love to. Cheers. Do we want to say what? Okay, so next Tuesday, we're going to have Ida back with some new like cocktail concoctions, but we also have Mike Ruda from Breakthrough Beverage coming. You might remember our whiskey tasting. We're doing something a little bit more Ashley and I speed. We're going to be doing champagne, some bubbles, rosé tasting. So
Well, that
we'll
sounds lovely.
give you some fun like products that you can purchase for your at-home use.
No
So-
more whiskey.
No more whiskey.
I can't do
tasting.
that again. Damn near killed me.
So we look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday.
Thanks.
Thank you.
See you next Tuesday.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
I'll tune